Let's quickly introduce our guests. Obviously, he is no stranger when it talks to tourism matters. When you think of tourism in Nigeria, names like Cross River, Lagos often come to mind. However, Akwa Ibom State stands as one of the richest untapped gold mines in terms of cultural heritage, natural beauty, historical significance. From scenic coastlines to vibrant festivals, Akwa Ibom offers a vast landscape waiting to be fully explored and appreciated. Today, we have a man who has not only studied these potentials but has worked tirelessly, of course, to help promote and showcase them to the world. He's a veteran tourism promoter, content developer, cultural curator. His career, which began around 2000, has seen him play pivotal roles in the growth of tourism in Cross River and Akwa Ibom State, including partnerships with major airlines, international training, content creation for major state events, and consultancies for tourism initiatives at both local and international levels. From leading the FAM tours with state governors to curating the state tourist guide and creating training platforms for future professionals, he embodies the passion and perseverance needed to place Akwa Ibom State firmly on the world tourism map. Ladies and gentlemen, Akwa Ibom, Nigeria, the globe, join me in welcoming to the studio as our eighth guests for the Record Radio Rush right here on Comfort 95.1 FM, Mr. UBONG EKPE. Good afternoon to you, UBONG.
Thank you very much. Thank you, mighty George.
Yeah.
I'm
Welcome.
excited. I'm happy to be here.
Great.
I'm happy that you're going to pull the entire world to watch Comfort FM.
That's right.
And bring the entire world to Akwa Ibom State, because there's a number of persons that are listening to you and watching you.
That's right.
The entire world is in Akwa Ibom State.
And that's tourism.
That's tourism.
That's right. It has to be on the tourism
That
calendar.
is what it is.
Great stuff. So, Ubong, let's dissect the tourism potentials of Akwa Ibom State. In your own words, what makes Akwa Ibom a potential tourism powerhouse?
Whoa. Many things. First of all, let's look at our cuisine. The entire world knows that the best place to eat good food is in Akwa Ibom.
The best.
The best.
Tested and trusted.
Tested and trusted. That's why you go to all over the world, you go to visit restaurants, you're going to hear Akwa Ibom Kitchen. It's just because they are using our brand to sell a name. They're using our brand to sell the kind of food they sell there. You know, just because.
We should sue them, eh?
No, we shouldn't. It's brand promotion. They're trying to make the entire world know that this is where you're going to be eating good food. You know, I stumbled into a restaurant in Benue State and I saw Akwa Ibom Kitchen. I thought I was going to go and eat good food from Akwa Ibom. When I went there, I tell you what, it was just a name.
Hi.
But man, we need to do something, because the thing that has kept us as a people, it's our food. We are very hospitable. Our young men and women are not just taught, life. They are taught how to cook. Every young man in Akwa Ibom State tells you, look, I won't just go to a restaurant and eat trash. I eat good food.
Good food.
Because this is who we are and this is what we are known for. So that's a selling point for us as a people. And I see that we must promote it, because we haven't done so much about it, but we must start using your show right now. The entire world is already beginning to know that this is where good food lies.
That's right. This is the home of good food.
It is.
Ladies and gentlemen. So you didn't tell me what happened when you entered the Benue kitchen. Did you eat the food?
It's a story for another day, but I had to, because I just needed to nibble on something, you know, but it wasn't when you hear the word "Idi Kong," you just think it's just a pumpkin leaf you shred, and it's something that different. You eat. By the time you're leaving, your blood vessel is telling you that, look, you're 10 years younger than the way you came in to the restaurant.
Whoa. All right, so we love our Benue brothers and sisters, and that is called the food basket of the nation, right?
That's what it is.
But you still have to learn some,
they
cooking
come to us and learn.
Yeah. All right. Okay, so a powerhouse. You mentioned food. That's our number one selling point.
Yes, that's our number one selling point. Again,
which other selling points?
Our hospitable nature. Every Akwa Ibomite man and woman is very hospitable in nature. You can't come to our states and you are looking for somewhere and someone is telling you to go somewhere and you go there and you meet what you're not supposed to meet. Somebody tells you that this is where you're going to. Oh, sorry, you missed your way. This is where you're actually going to, and you get there. It is what it is. We are very hospitable.
It comes naturally, like
it's just natural. You see, when God created man and left us in the land of Eden, I tell people that was a Bible, because when you say land of Eden, where is Eden? Eden is in Akwa Ibom. If you look at the entire world, where Akwa Ibom State is located is the center of the earth. That's what it is. It's the center of the earth. And
this man, you can sell sell anything.
When you look at the story of migration in the Bible terms, you hear things like Gibom. Gibom is Akwa Ibom, my dear brother.
Let me sit down where.
Gibom is Akwa Ibom. Our people are very hospitable. From creation, from when we left where we were to our present local, our people are nice. You drive in the streets of Uyo and you see people waving you, not because they know you, but because this is who we are.
I noticed that people greet a lot.
People
they don't know you, they just greet.
People greet you. Walk into a hotel 10 times. One young man, I recall a young man or a man who he was so furious that this guy, you are greeting me too much. What is really for him? He would have just thought that maybe he's looking for something, to pass by.
But it's just in his nature.
That's what we are, and that's who we are. We are very hospitable. From the cradle, our young children are taught how to respect people. We are taught how to, greet people. Even your father tells you, look, even if I have problem with this man, make sure you greet him.
Make sure you greet him. Even if you have problem.
Because for us, hospitality is part of us. You walk into someone's compound, they don't even know you. They give you mango to eat. They give you kola nut to eat. They give you, things. They just want to welcome you. Okay? So, because that is our nature.
All right. So our hospitality, our food.
It's a unique selling point for us. Again, the tourism sites.
The sites.
The sites.
We are coming. I need you to break that down.
Nigeria was better in Akwa Ibom.
Really?
Yes. 1st of January 1914, Lord Lugard proclaimed the amalgamation of the Northern and the Southern Protectorate in Ikorobasi. The world must know this.
Is the world knowing
from this program right now, brother? The world will know that Akwa Ibom State birthed Nigeria.
And there's evidence.
Oh, sure.
Has it ever been contested before?
Well, I hear people say there's a story of Zungeru, and I said to you, look, Zungeru, there was a building I've been there. There was a building in Zungeru, but as we speak, it's not there. But you come to Ikorobasi, you will see the office of Lord Lugard, where he sat. The chair he sat is still there. The stamp pad he used, the microphone. When the amalgamated Nigeria turned 100 in 2014, Sir Labaran Maku, Alaji Labaran Maku came to this town, and I took him on a tour. And we went there, we saw the microphone, and I said, look, you can do a forensic test to decode if actually a voice is in this thing. And he came back to say, look, of the truth, Lord Lugard made some pronunciation. So what brought the marriage of the North and the South was done here in Ikorobasi on the 1st of January 1914. And we need to rewrite that narrative. A lot of people, because if you don't write your history, people will write it and sell it to you, and you believe what they are writing. So we need to tell the world that this is where Nigeria started. Lord Lugard lived here with Flora Shaw. I'm even thinking probably when the name Nigeria came would have been here. All right, because they lived in Ikorobasi. I have an octogenarian who saw Lord Lugard, who was a butler to Lord Lugard, and the man died some 5 years ago. Some 5 years ago he died. So, and he died on songs because we didn't have this opportunity of promoting people that we have.
That's an asset,
Yes. So I have another lady who saw the 1929 women. What there's in a runner story of 1929 women.
It's in Aba, right? Is it the?
No, what we were taught in primary school when we were young is that Aba women riot. But I tell you what, on the 16th of December 1929, women protested for that women should not pay tax. Because their husbands were paying tax on bicycles, on the kitchen utensils, and women were asked to come and pay tax for chicken, goat. And the women said, no, white man, we cannot do this. Our husbands are already paying tax on small radio, they are paying tax on bicycle. Why then do we have to pay tax? So they brought people from Okam, they brought people from Ikorobasi, Opobo, Iwanga, all of those places came together. Then there were no phones, but the means of communication was on market days. When women go to market, we say, look, this is what is happening next week. Everybody gathered themselves, and before you know it, they have galvanized themselves and they come. So they protested that they don't want to be paying tax.
Where was that?
It was in Ikorobasi. Ikorobasi local government council. That area, the entire of that appurtenance is rich in history, all right? So this got the white man infiltrated. The district officer who was there at that time
bicycle.
put up the gun and shot. That day more than 500 women lost their lives. A lot of them scampered into the Imo River and they never came back. They never came back. So since then,
that's the story of the riots.
Yeah. So when Margaret Ekpo, who lived in Aba with her husband, don't forget she was a nationalist who was a member of the Nigerian Council of the Cameroon, NCNC. Yeah. When she heard that women were killed in Ikorobasi, and she said, "Look, we cannot allow our women, our fellow women, to die. All right, let us make a protest." And that protest, what led to a riot in Aba, things were scattered a lot because women are being killed. So there's a difference between a riot and the war that took place. The war. Don't forget, these women didn't have guns with them. The only thing they carried was leaves.
That was such a...
I'm thinking they will be shouting, "We no go gree you, we no go gree," because what else would they be chanting? All right?
That we no go gree now these days because they sing out.
It go down day since, but now we no record them. Yes, you know? Okay. So this got the white guy infiltrated, and the guy got so angry and because they didn't understand what the women were singing. All right? So that erroneous story, we need to recorrect it. And if we don't correct it, people will tell our stories for us, and this is our role as tour guide, is our role as tourism professional. We need to let the world know.
Okay. 3 very strong points there, and I will need to further break it down. It's going to be a long conversation for education purposes, and I mean for tourism purposes, because people are listening.
Tourism is education as well.
That's right. All right. So now, do you have with you a comprehensive list of tourism sites in Akwa Ibom State? Yeah, I mean, you go there often, and just give us A to Z, you know. I
can tell you for free, 76 tourism sites in Akwa Ibom.
76.
We have time, we're going to even dovetail into more, because every day, one of the things I do is I sit on my own, I want to discover. Tourism is not just a hotel, because for me, hotel is just infinitesimal. It's just 0.1% of what makes tourism.
Okay.
The ability for you to leave Cincinnati to come to you and drive around Comfort FM Road is tourism, sir. Because you're going to see orange on the road and you buy. Tourism allows you to, if you do not spend money on your trip, you're not into tourism. You must be able to empower the local economy.
That's right.
Okay? So first of all, let's look at the story of slavery. Before the 15th, 16th centuries, our people lived and were doing business in oil palm production. All right? But when the white guys came here, they felt, look, there was a need for us to get these young men and women to go and plant sugar cane, to go and plant cocoa, to go and plant cotton in what is called America today. America was first called the Newfound Land. Right? So when they now, you know what they did? They had to get agents within the local community. People were not schooled as at that time. Okay? So they gave them mirror. A man who hasn't gone to school before looks at himself in the mirror and says, "Oh, this is me. I'm Indomie. I'm Indian." And was so surprised. Say, "What do you want?" Say, "I need that man with Moscow. Moscow, come work for us. Plant something. We pay him. All right." So in the mind's mind, this person is going to go and do work, but not knowing that he's getting into slavery. So some of our persons now begin to know there is business that is coming. So they had to get into the hinterlands, kidnap people, bring people. Some parents,
prisoners of war.
Some parents who had stubborn children said, "Look, I'm going to exchange my child, my daughter, for money. Not just money, manilas, what they call it, dry gin, betola." Mirror, ivories. They exchanged human beings for this, and they gave them, and they sold them, and they became slaves. Now we had so many exit points and entry points. The worst of it was the internal passage. What do I mean by internal passage? How did they get to the hands of these merchants? Yeah, like I've said here, they were raids, they were resistant. Some of them resisted. I'm not going to go. But they were promised good life. Promised, look, you're not going to suffer. Look at you, you're wearing tattered clothes. You go there, you're going to be given XYZ. These guys sold them. And in Economy, we have the bridge of no return.
No return.
As soon as you climb that bridge, my brother, you will not come back. You are going to see yourself in a land where you don't even understand what it is. And again, most of them who passed through the bridge of no return, who even got to the ship, did not get to their destination.
They were starved.
They were starved. History has it that some of them who, especially the women who could not play the ball of the white men, because some of them wanted to do, trying to be funny with the women. And when the women resisted, they removed them and threw them into overboard, and they died. Some of them who were sick as a result of no food to eat, the kind of humiliation our fathers, our forefathers passed through, they did not get to their destination. And I tell you what, the funny part of it is that some of these were masterminded by our own fathers.
And of course, I mean, we sold ourselves.
I just came back from Arochukwu. I've been in Arochukwu for 4 days trying to capture the story. I was in Opobo, I was in Ikorobasi. I just came back from Calabar to a place called Sombar in Cross River State. And I saw a market where people were sold. And right here in front of us, yes, the history is still there. All right. Now, if you hear the word Urangbafi in a tin and local government,
Urangbafi,
yes, you don't even know what does that mean. It is where those slaves that were very tiny, okay, whose value was shrinking. That's why they call it Urangbafi. Bafi means something that does not have value. That is shredded.
So this market don't
do. They sell people who don't get body like you and me. They sell those kind of human beings. That's what I've been doing. So I went into a Somba market on Thursday, just this past Thursday.
Okay.
And I was told this, and I wept that our people actually crossed for miles. I went to see the Long Juju in Arochukwu.
Long Juju.
You know the story behind it? That some of them who were kidnapped, all right? Some of them who were kidnapped were told that...
They go there to swear or something.
No. They were told that the gods have accepted the game as sacrifice. But behind the cave, it's a river that takes the people to Calabar.
So you better escape.
So what they do is that they have a red pigment. They pour it into the river. You think that the blood of your grandfather is gone.
It's gone.
But there's a ship waiting for them. So even 419, they will start today.
As a Nobi today.
They scammed us.
Okay, so in Akwa Ibom we have some of these exit points.
Those things are there. Ikorobas is one of them. We have Ndia is part of them. Ifiayong. When I read the story of Ifiayong, how our people were sold, and again, let me say to you here, 30.1% of slaves that left the shores of Africa
were from Nigeria.
Passed through the Biach of Biafra. That is where we come from. Ikorobasi, Imo, Abia, Ruchukanon, and Calabar. Today you find them in America, you find them in Cuba, you find them in Brazil and all the Caribbean countries. They are our brothers. When you see them, you see their skin color, it's somewhat the same. Sometimes their names.
South America.
Inflections of names, some corrupt names will make it look like. You can hear, I will get Asian.
Yeah.
We're going to go to Asian. It's actually Asian. Okay.
And Brazil is so pronounced.
Oh yeah, we have
their cultures.
They say play.
They are playing Ifa. All those things.
Do you know the story of Samba? The story of Samba. Samba is actually a musical instrument that came from our brothers who went to Brazil to plant sugarcane. In the evening, after their planting of the sugarcane, they want to entertain themselves. So they had drums. They played drums and the thing, because Samba is our rhythm. If you listen to if you listen to Samba, you know that's our rhythm. It came from here. So that's not to say that that's not to say that all of this didn't happen. It happened. That sad past is keeping food on the table of most people today, like me.
Yeah, that's the thing. I mean, tourism. We're using our sad past as tourist sites.
Yes.
I was worried about that until I went to Kigali, Rwanda. So the slave, the genocide.
The genocide.
Yeah, the graveyard.
Yeah, where you go.
You have to pay. You pay as much as $50 to enter there.
Where you
to go and see bones.
You need to go see the bones, the Hutus and
the Tutsis and all of that.
The story behind it. In fact, the Hotel Rwanda itself a tourist site.
A tourist site.
You see, tourism, that's why I tell you, you need to be creative. We can create positive from the negative, okay? I was going to tell you what has happened in Wangiba. Last year, I was able to put up a wall, 3 walls in Wangiba, in memory of all the slaves that passed through the Wangiba waterways to the Newfoundland.
That's down Wangiba
down Wangiba.
By the
Ibom Marina Resort.
There.
Yeah, we have 3 walls there. The first wall carries the names of some of the slaves that we
okay,
get.
yeah, I saw that.
Yes.
Painted in black. Black marble.
That's my handiwork. One of the things that we do is to create this tourism importance, this history for our children to learn, because if we don't allow them to learn, our history as a people will be lost.
Okay.
And for me, we must be able to keep our history. That's what makes us different from every other person.
All right. So we're still going to get that full list of tourism sites. You said 76.
76.
That includes... Does that include hotels?
Hotel is not a site.
Okay.
Hotel is just where you go and sleep.
You need to, so hotel is not there inside the 76.
You need to go to the Green River of Ibesikbo.
That Green River, now for picture they see.
No, you need to get it. That's my local government. You need to go to Ibesikbo and see the Green River. You need to see the Blue River of Okanafon. You need to go and see the Okobodi River. Meeting where the hot and the cold drive together, but they don't meet. You haven't been there.
I haven't.
You need to go and see where Mary Slessor lived, died. And walked. She died here in Akwa Ibom. You need to go and see the footprints of Mary Slessor.
That's at E2 now.
That's at not in E2. That's in Ibiono.
Ibiono.
A place called Osei Koroko.
Ah, okay. My local government, Ibiono.
Now you never reach there.
I go reach there. All right. So, from your experience of leading tours in Akwa Ibom State, UNESCO, government officials, what are the most common reactions from visitors?
People keep saying, tourists keep saying, look, you guys have what it takes for Nigeria to come, for the entire world to come, but we must develop it.
It's on tap.
In the states that we have our tourism, I call them products. They are in the state of potential. They are not yet developed.
Okay, so they are potentials. Yeah.
Yes, you see, the thing is, we must be very intentional about developing this site because of the history behind it. You can't have a place like Ibom Plaza and don't develop it. That's why I like what the chairman of your capital city is doing. There's a history that is tied to that plaza. The plaza has gone through an evolution. It has gone through some. It was first,
even name Secus.
It was first called Piccadilly Square.
Piccadilly Square.
Yeah, before it became a Secus. Before it became a Ibom Connection. Before it became Ibom Towers. From the onset, that place has always been a roundabout. There was a certain young man there who used to sell clothes. A white man stays around there, sell clothes. In fact, you hear what like Etauyo. There was a tree that was there, which bush mango. The white man stays under there to sell his clothes. He was a merchant in Okrika.
Hi.
This I think they don't. This Okrika did not start today.
Oh boy.
So he used to sell those things around there, and people come, and it became a melting point for everybody who travels all over anywhere.
Okay, the attraction.
Yeah, but once you get to that place, you will not find you will not lose your way, and that is what has kept that place up to today. Today, you have more than 1 to 2 million people milk that place daily. I recall a few years ago when I came in from Lagos quite at night. I didn't need to go back home. I just need to stay around the plaza because this place people don't go to sleep. Now, we must change that place to a site to behold. Because that is actually the city center. And let me shock you. Where you have the Ibom Tower located is actually the center of the entire Akwa Ibom.
Which Ibom Tower? The 21
Not the 21
okay, that's
that roundabout. That thing you see there. That tower you see there is located in that's the epic center of the entire Akwa Ibom, from the north, south, east. Draw your map. Engage the head. This the shape of your head. This place is Akwa Ibom. It's Africa. So locate Akwa Ibom there. All right. Locate Akwa Ibom there. Locate where you is. You will see that where that place is a center. Is a center of Akwa Ibom.
Who's responsible for that? Towers. Who built it?
Well, I think it was built in the days of Obong Victor Ta, if I'm not mistaken. All right, because I recall that it wasn't there before 1999.
But there was the Piccadilly.
There was a Piccadilly. There was a roundabout. There was a roundabout. I think it was Obon Victor Tad that put up that structure there, if I'm not mistaken. Again, when Nigeria on Independence Day, when the Union Jack was brought down, it was in that environment that the Union Jack was brought down for the Nigerian flag to go up. So it's a very strong tourism site that we must not joke with. You see, some of this history, we have paid money to get them, not for any other reason, but to teach our people that we belong to a state where history is bettered. We belong to a place where we have name. Like what you're doing now, we're happy that our Akwa Ibom son is doing this. You're also going to put your name down in history book, okay? Yeah. So we must see you as a tourism potential, because anywhere Mighty just go, that means that a tourism potential is moving.
That's right.
Or a tourism product is already moving.
That's right.
Because you walk into a hotel and everybody want to celebrate. Hey, Mighty George, oh, Guinness Book. That's what it is.
That's so. Make good things follow.
That's what it is.
It is. All right. I mean, beyond that, this is just, like you said, a way to put Akwa Ibom on the map. And God willing, we're going to get there, and we will get it. And the world will celebrate us.
Oh, sure.
Okay. So you've talked about some underrated, tourism sites like Piccadilly, then Ibom Circus, and all of that. And you love what they're doing there, the UCCDA.
Oh, sure. Yeah, see, like what the UCCDA is doing at the bridges of Atiku. You just don't come into you.
Yeah, that.
You just don't come into you and you go. You must take a picture.
That's it.
And
I see those seats around there.
We are making it. It's a picture-free state. There are states in the world that you go, pictures are not free. Why we would want us to be free? Because we want to sell Akwa Ibom to the world. People must see the reason. And someone asked me, "Look, where is this? Is it?" I said, "No, it's not Rwanda. This is Akwa Ibom. This is Atiku Abubakar Bridge. Under the bridge, people sit there to eat suya. You take photographs there. It's like, look, you are somewhere out of this world." And it's a very good intention. And I'm happy His Excellency the Governor has buy into what we're doing with the rice pack that is coming on stream. I tell you, if you didn't have any reason to come to you, you will come to you because of the serene environment.
That's right.
Now let me shock you again. Even if you don't want to stay in a hotel, a drive around the city of Uyo is enough to make you unwind. I was coming from Eket this afternoon, from Eket roundabout to Ekomiman. I was seeing the beauty of Akwa Ibom. The road network, whoa. That's why when guests come into town they just say, look, don't even talk about road, because if it is road, Akwa Ibom, you people have road. And I tell them, the truth is, every local government in Akwa Ibom state is connected to the city center in an hour. If you're driving from Ika, you will hit Uyo in an hour. All right, because that's about the forest. Okay, if you're driving from Ini, which is close to Aruchuku, you will reach Uyo in an hour. I think it's intentional. I think it's deliberate, because we don't want our people to stay too long on the road. We need to come and enjoy the things that we have in the city center.
We do. And of course, all other local governments also must have something that we can go there to enjoy.
Every local government in Akwa Ibom State is blessed.
Let's hope you're not exaggerating.
Not at all. You can take... These are things that you can Google. These are things... I'm saying facts. I'm not saying... things that don't exist.
Not fiction.
Okay, look at Oborokara local government. Are you aware that we have a forest in Oborokara that is called the Osaka Virgin Beach, Osaka Virgin Forest?
Osaka Virgin Forest.
In the last 500 years, nobody has gone in there to lock down a wood. No tree has been fallen down in that place, because I think it was called an evil forest, where people who do not do well were thrown into. Wild animals will come and eat you. So that fear still lives with the people of Osaka. That was where Golda Ultimate Search had their season 9 and season 10 event. Okay. It's a beautiful forest. It's a rainforest for you to go there. You see wild animals. You see things that will make you know that this is home.
What sort of wild animals?
We have lions there. We have snakes. Yes. Again, see, that's in Oborokara. Let me tell you about it too. Do you know why the people of Itu don't eat monkeys? They say muka itami or because they have been living with monkeys
for some time.
Now we have a species of monkey called the Scletagonion. They are found only 2 places in the world, in Boki in Cross River State and in Itam local government. Sometimes I tell people that these monkeys speak our language because they have lived with us.
That's Itam Initu.
Initu, local government. They have lived with us over time.
Yeah, so now acting like human beings.
Yeah, they become totems for some people. You see monkeys the morning, I will be waving, you'll be surprised. You think it's a human being. No, they are monkeys.
Don't be juju with that.
Don't be juju. Because they have lived with our people over time. That's Initu local government, okay? Now, when you go to Ini local government, the grassland that has made it possible for them to plant rice willingly, all right? We call it agricultural tourism. People come from other places to want to buy land and plant rice there. So you go again, you come down again, say you're going to Ibono Beach. Oh, my brother, the longest sandy beach in the coast of Africa is Ibono Beach, 29 kilometers, spanning 5 local governments. With the beach itself, okay, becoming the sand is an alluvial soil that is used to make glass.
Used to make glass.
Glass. These glasses we see here is silicon and alluvial. As we speak, we have some Chinese people there trying to milk our sand.
What are we doing about it?
Oh, my brother,
that's for another agency.
No, that's for the policymakers to go and make money.
Okay.
But I tell you what, they have seen the need to do this, so the raw material is there. Okay, and you go to the beach. We are not even making the kind of money we should make because the beach for us here is a thoroughfare. But if you go to countries like Florida, where you have good beaches, my brother, it is a money spinner. Bad beach in Lagos, Elegushi beach in Lagos, my brother, if you sit on top chair, you pay 500 naira to sit on for chair. Even if you don't buy suya.
If you do mistake, carry your own thing, enter self.
You are finished. Every kobo, everything you bring in there on your own, you go pay.
So it's just better to buy from there.
So it's just better to buy from there.
So and that begs the question: why are we not harnessing these opportunities?
Okay.
How would you rate government's moves, government's involvement and investment in the harnessing this tourism?
I will not speak for government, but I will speak as a private sector.
Okay. But would you be frank enough to say also that things haven't been?
No, I will say the truth.
Okay.
The truth is, not much work has been done in this area. Probably, maybe because those at the ebb of affairs do not understand the import of all of this, or again, they do not see it as a cash cow. But for us who have done 25 years in the industry, this is my 25th year in the tourism industry.
Wow.
Everything I see is money. If I sit in Ibono Beach and I count in the number of persons that come in and the number of cars that come in, I see money. Now, thank God we have a tourism personified personnel as the driver of the Akwa Ibom ship. He is thinking in that direction because every word he says now is like, as you have come into as you have come into our state, take out time to visit XYZ. Take out time to eat our food. He is beckoning on people to come to the state, not just to look at it again, but to invest. Okay. People keep saying tourism is a private sector. Yes, but you need government to be at the driving seat.
But not much has been done.
Not much has been done. So I'm praying that His Excellency the Governor will look into that direction. Let us have men and women who are passionate about the industry riding this vehicle so that we'll be able to do it. Because in doing so, sir, we will not, the internally generated revenue of our state will increase. Some days ago, I was in Dia local government. I was in Dia in Surubium, and I went to the waterways and I saw money. Now the bridge that used to link Dia people and a Tinan, I'm told, fell down some 6 years ago. There was a trade going on within that appurtenance. Now I looked at it. Look, this is a beautiful place for kayaking. This is a beautiful place for boat cruising. It's not a beach, but it's a waterfront. All you need to do is to take one whole land and pour sand on it. It can become a fisherman village, sir. Fisherman soup is an Akwa Ibom state is a delicacy.
Of course.
Now you tell somebody on a Sunday you want to take your family to Ndia to go and eat fisherman soup. My dear brother, the number of persons that will trunk into that place will wow you.
Access to that place. What about access?
This road, fantastic road.
Electricity.
Electricity is there, even to the bottom of to the front of the river. Yeah, it's electricity. That's not a problem. All right, it's motorable.
What will be the problem?
The problem is that we must see it as an investment opportunity. for people to come buy land. If I have the kind of money that I want, my dear brother, I won't live in Uyo.
Like how much?
Oh, if you give me 500 million right now, I will give you a gestation period and when I'm going to return the money. I will, because I have seen the potential in that sector. You can imagine. See, let me tell you something, sir. Our people have done a lot of lounging, go to lounge and drink beer. Have you ever asked yourself, when will I enter a ferry that will take me from one point to one point, and we are having music in the ship or in the ferry, and we are just dancing? It's a kind of that's tourism itself. You go to Lagos, you see
that's what happens.
It happens, and people. I just saw somebody's status the other day. It was on top of the wall on Lagos Island on a white boat cruising, and I tell you what.
Where go free cruise for this place?
The
Calabar,
Guaniba waterway. No, go that side. Guaniba waterways is safe. The Guaniba waterways is safe. The Ndia waterways is safe. All right. The Korobasi waterways is safe. The Okobodi Itu waterway is safe. There are a lot of people. There are islands where you can go and do picnic. Like I've just mentioned, the Oxbow Lake at Oboritu.
Okay. In
fact, Oboritu again, I must tell you, is the tallest, is the highest peak of a mountain in Akwa Ibom State. It's about 700 feet below the sea, above the sea level, and that's where we call it Itumanjaro.
Itumanjaro.
We just gave it a name, Itumanjaro. It's tall. You go there, you can stand there and see the Inyong River and see the Okobori River. That is the two rivers that connects Cross River State and Akwa Ibom State, and that's where you have the Merit Lezo Memorial Hospital in it too. So, for me, we need to be very intentional. Very intentional that we must develop. Some of these do not need so much of money. It just needs security. Security here, not be police. Government signature, and we'll begin to look for investors.
All right. I'm aware you led a farm tour for the governor on the Exco. What conversations, what discoveries were there? That tour.
Yes, that was on the 3rd of August 2023.
Yes,
I led the team. I led His Excellency on a tour, and the governor needed to familiarize himself with the tourism sector. And when we got to the Bibu Unity Museum, he saw beyond the history of the Bibius. He saw beyond the pictures that were there in the gallery. So that's why the governor said, look, he was going to be very intentional about developing tourism. And
what happened after that?
After that, a lot has happened. That's why you see the Arise Park is happening. And the governor went again to see the Tropicana Entertainment Center. And I can tell you for free that work has begun in that place. If you go to the Arise Park, in fact, the Tropicana Entertainment Center has two trunks. The one they call the theme park and the hotel area. When the governor visited the theme park and saw that government had spent money
for that
to bring
park,
carousels, to bring bumpy ride and all those things, he said, look, we must revamp these things. I was part of those who were supposed to have been taken to Florida for training. But my dear brother, it's a story for another day.
The more you look, the less you see.
Our job was to go and come back and
some people went.
Train our people. Well, some people were in Lagos, my dear brother. They don't reach Florida. So we were supposed to. It was supposed to be train the trainer.
Okay.
So, but today those things are obsolete. I'm not sure they are going to work again. But the governor has said that look, these things must be revived. And today you have seen the Unity Museum has been cordoned. The fencing has been done to safeguard the things that you have in the museum, because some of the things you have in the museum are things you're not going to see if they are stolen. So I'm sure that that is one of the things we are recording from that successful trip or tour. So
that was after the
just after the Ibom dialogue.
Yes.
I belong to the tourism sub-sector group.
I was in the sports sub-sector.
So because these are one of the propositions we made to His Excellency that if for us to do this, or for us to get to where we are, we needed to do what were the low-hanging fruits, and we had to mention this. And for God's sake, he came and saw, and work has begun in some of the places. When you hear governor say the Arise Park is going to be up in a few days, it is going to be so, because I've been there yesterday and I've seen the level of work that is going on. So my brother, a lot is going to. We must be intentional about developing tourism in our State.
All right, the Commissioner for Information was also here to talk about the Arise Pack, and we can't wait to have that and see how much of it would help. It has to also contribute to the economy of Akwa Ibom.
Oh, sure, it has to, because the number of persons that are going to be employed in that. Okay, imagine.
Yeah.
Just take your mind back to the International Conference Center that has been left moribund for years. Now it's going to kickstart. 5,000 seater capacity. How many persons are going to be working there? You're going to have different small offices and big offices. We are going to take young people out of the street. Then the hotel, the 13th floor story building that has 252 rooms in that place. Okay, imagine the number of persons that are going to be employed.
Imagine how that place will.
Imagine how place will just be on a Sunday like this. Imagine. Now imagine where within that appurtenance you have an arts and craft center where Mighty George's uncle will just come from abroad for the first time and want to buy our wrapper. You go there, there's already made wrapper. You don't need to go and wait for tailor to sew it. It's already there. You want to buy a long tail shirt, you don't need to go and wait in the market to sew it. Is going to be there.
Yeah.
You want to buy some art and craft work, they are there. So these are the things that will make people come to Akwa Ibom. Akwa Ibom is naturally a blessed state. God gave us oil,
the black gold,
for us to use and develop two things, sir: agriculture and tourism, because these two things have comparative advantage. That was why God gave us oil. And if I tell you what, if we don't use them well, one day we don't sleep, we always say oil don't dry.
Oil don't dry. What we don't do?
What we will do? Yeah. So that's when we begin to. That's why you hear governors say everybody come and plant farm at the first Friday and third Friday.
Yeah.
Because the thing that God gave to us, we must be able to see beyond the now.
As it is,
and develop it.
As it is safe now, federal government get now before they will come send money give us.
My dear brother, but the one way we get, we need to develop it. We
That's
just
right.
need to develop it.
All right then. UBONG EKPE is here with us, and we're talking tourism potentials in Akwa Ibom State. Akwa Ibom, for those of you who do not know, as he has said, has 7 active tourism sites.
76, sir.
76. 76, please. All right, so we're going to go for a tour too. Right after this, it
will be my pleasure to take you. Now so you are a celebrity of high repute. You know that?
Well, so we can put this out, make a blog, and see how best that we can, power this on. Okay, so let's talk about festivals. The role of festivals. In the past, not so long ago, Okapiswa, Orange September. That brought a lot of excitement, and then of course Christmas Unplugged right now. But in all of this, how can we sustain interests in tourism beyond these festivals? And what do you think of even the legacies that have been transferred with these festivals, and how we can sustain tourism beyond festivals?
See, festivals are the things that will keep us as a people united. Because before the advent of the white man, we were having a cultural festival where we celebrate ourselves, where we celebrate our masquerade, where we celebrate our dances. The pulsating dances of the BBO man, that of the Andang man, the Orod man, today is putting money in the international table. You will go to abroad and see event of Oyibo nature. They will carry one Nigerian people, carry Akwa Ibom people, made a good dance. Our Council of Arts and Culture won the best dancing troupe in El Salvador in Brazil. Okay, now we need to be very intentional about our festival. I was a content creator for Okapiswa, and we didn't want to do what everybody is doing. We didn't want to go the carnival way, but yes, it's a carnival, but not the the Rio de Janeiro kind of carnival. No, but ours was, we need to celebrate our culture. Every 31 local government must come up with an idea, and we said, okay. Then the local government chairman said they were not interested, so we had to come with what we call river bands. We had to come with bands, different bands. We have the Blue River Band depicting the Korobasi area. All of those kind of bands were there. What was the intention? Intention was to bring our people from the local community, bring them into town, celebrate ourselves and celebrate our culture. Ukapiswa. In English, Christmas. But in direct interpretation, the year is turning. Yeah? So we needed to do that, and again, Orange September. In fact, Orange September came from before Ukapiswa. Our state has consciously adopted orange as a color.
Yeah.
That's why you have the flag today. So we didn't want to bring a name that will, be too far from us. We tried all kind of name. In 2015, myself and my partner, we were doing UBONG Festival. But if not for the Renard Bible Church that fell, I'm sure that would have continued. Yeah. So what we need to do is that we need to sustain this festival beyond political concentration.
Yeah.
It has to be part of what governments and community should do. Okay. Now, every December now, this is the second season of Christmas Unplugged. You have local government chairmen and lead their local government to celebrate their food, their culture, their masquerade, their dances. I want it to be sustained because as at last year, sir, the entire Christmas village, of course, you were in that event.
Yeah,
was agog with people from all over the world. If we continue in this state, in that manner, from the month of September, you will not have rooms in Uyo. Because I recall the same thing that I was part of the planning of Calabar Carnival. From day one. From day one. I was lucky to have been taken to Trinidad and Tobago to go and learn, to go and learn carnival planning and management and costuming. His Excellency Donald Duke took me there. I stayed there for 1 full month, learned those things. We came back and we started what was called Calabar Carnival. I was in a band called the Master Blaster Band. It's on record. Okay.
Whatever happened to Calabar Carnival?
It's still going. It's still going. It has to pass through reformation because after time during the COVID came, spoiled a lot of things. But that's a story.
That's a story for
another thing.
Yeah.
For where we are, we need to sustain our festival. I recall some years ago in 2012, I was a content curator for Forukwa Festival. It's a local community in New York. Of course, the Ofo people.
Yeah.
They had their festival and I consulted for them. And we brought out the rarest cultures that people have not seen for a very long time. We had to bring also women abre. Abre women dance. It was for virtuous women. It was on stream, it was on live. I also consulted for Uruan local government. They did the Nkamitong. That Nkamitong, I call it African magic.
African magic. Is that not the one that governor said they should stop it?
It is, but it's African magic. It is a story, but you don't go understand. But let's leave it there. But the beauty of it, have you asked yourself, why will a man stand on a pole or stand on a bamboo stick and he's taller than the mask of Comfort FM?
I'm telling you.
It's African magic.
How did he even get up there?
I won't tell you because you're not an initiate. So it's African magic.
Leave it now.
But the truth is, we must celebrate our festivals. We must. One of the ways to sustain them is to take it from politics. I should think that by this month of April, local government chairmen should begin to create committees, to say, we did it well in 2014 or 2024. How can we improve on it in 2025? Now, in doing so, we need to start to write to companies to send us money. Telecom, all companies operating in Akwa Ibom should be able to be part of it. Okay, I am an advocate.
As a policy,
I am an advocate for some of these festivals and some of these outings to leave government pause. I tell you, because they are also going to be making their money. You can imagine that government will stay out of Christmas village and a bank will say, I am taking charge of this year's Christmas village. Every 1,000 naira that is paid from the stalls, we go to the bank.
Okay.
They are going to finance the building. They're going to do. That's going to be making money. All right. MTN will say, okay, for every caller that will come to that place and make call, we are giving them recharge card for free. My brother, at the end of the day, government would have used the money that they have used to finance that thing to do other things. Okay.
So why has it been difficult to get that kind of arrangement?
Well, I did say it depends on who is driving the car. Mighty George, you are the one driving me right now with questions that you are asking me. I cannot just sit here and begin to say this is what I want to do. So if we call our stakeholders together and say, let us have a rethink of how we're going to do this, I am very certain that we can do things, because you can't keep doing the same thing the same way everything. There needs to be a change. That change is what is going to give you a new sense of reasoning and thinking.
But there is a change now.
Yes.
There's a change of God. Of course. ministerially and at the Ministry of Tourism, Culture and Tourism. What do you make of a change of guard?
We are working together. We are working together with the Honorable Commissioner, and I am believing God that everything that he brings to the table will receive the blessings of His Excellency. Because some ideas have been put to bear with him, and which if he does it and if it is approved and given consent, the entire, I keep using the word entire world, because for me, when people come to the state, look, it's not just hotel people that enjoy. Pure water people will enjoy. Women, when they make hair, will enjoy. Because I take people on the tour, they say, come, where can I braid my hair before I leave with you? I'll take them to Rappan and they go and braid their hair. Oh, where can I buy this? I want to buy your crayfish. I hear your crayfish is the best. I say, come, let me take you to Ron. Let me take you to Wangiba. So it is one thing of tourism is the ripple effects that it has.
It has.
If you throw one stone on top of the water, that ripples is what happens to us in the business of tourism.
That's right.
All right. So when governor approves the things that the commissioner will bring, I tell you, the world will see. They will know that this is where tourism is better.
All right. Okay. If you're enjoying this tourism talk, as you should, because Akwa Ibom is a destination, as it were, and what you think should be done to improve tourism potentials in Akwa Ibom State, please join us on all our platforms. In the meantime, hope you're sharing links. Hope you're sharing the live stream on Comfort 95.1 FM. Shout out to the technical crew headed by Solomon Ayo, doing a great job in showing that we are live for the next 4 days. And yes, by God's grace, we'll reach the finish line. It's tourism time. So join us. You can send a message to 0906 0008 951.